All right, guys, to watch this video for Tuesday, February 13th. Decent bounce in the markets today. Again, on Friday, we had this big sell-off, bounced right off the 200-day, and the bounce continues. If you saw my video for the watch list coming into today, I tried to explain what I think is going on, and I'm hoping maybe, some of the chaos is over. This is probably the most narrow range we've had in 5 or 6 sessions, maybe this one here. But I've been saying this, I think the market's going to calm down and we're going to find equilibrium, and then individual stocks and their setups are going to start working nicely again. So keep that in mind. In the meantime, I'm still being cautious. I got to share this with you. This DARE. I watched a video today from a guy that runs a huge chat room. I mean, they claim thousands of members. And I point this out for a reason. I watched the video. And the guy took 10,000 shares of DARE, announced it over the microphone. He got in it 2 seconds into the session, right? So the market opens, picture yourself in a chat room. 2 seconds into the session, he buys 10,000 shares, right? By the time he says to the room, I just bought DARE, 10,000 shares. Now I'm sure it's 7, 8, 9 seconds into the session, right? And then if there's a delay, which most chat rooms is a little bit of a delay, by the time people get it in their ears, it's 12 to 13 seconds into the session. If you watch the video, he's out all 10,000 shares, 12 seconds into the session. So long 10,000, 2 seconds in. By the time everyone's buying, he's selling. And this is supposed to be teaching people to trade. All right? Contrast that. CARA today. Here it is on 2-minute candles. Wayne identifies this little tight range below the whole number. If you've watched our inflection point webinars, you know why we like this through 13, especially knowing that a high of day break is going to be the red to green, and a high of day break is just a dime above. So if this gets through 13, and there was a big seller at 13, so that seller gets taken out, there's a good chance we're going to push through, go red to green, high of day break, and maybe get going and see the volume that comes in at 13, get the high of day break, and I'll switch to 5s here so you can see it. So there's that little flag. Wayne called it through 13. Worst case stop below the previous candles, like 15 cents risk, and it goes up $1. A trade that was called ahead of time while it was flagging, over the microphone, explained in detail, and everyone in the room that wanted it could have had a chance to get that through 13 and then participate in a dollar move. Again, contrast that with 12 seconds in, the moderator's in and out, and everyone who chased it is left holding the bag. And the moderator, by the way, made money on that trade. I don't know. There's a lot of crap out there. I just wish people were more aware of it because, it's a great career. And if you start out by clicking an ad from someone who makes these great claims and you end up in a room like that, and you end up learning to buy the opening print or chase the opening print after a moderator says, oh, I just bought it, you're not going to make it as a trader. You have to learn setups and understand. We teach in our course that before you take any trade, you should have an imaginary trader standing over your shoulder. You should be able to explain to that trader in detail why you're taking the trade. And you should have 2 or 3 or 4 different reasons, all based on the chart, the setup, level 2, and all that, right? A moderator just bought it and told me he bought it isn't a reason. Anyway, keep that in mind. Here's what I'm watching for tomorrow. HRG, 2 big down days in a row. I usually try to populate my watch list with at least one, kind of beaten up stock. I'd actually like to see the sell off at the open and get down to the support and then look for a reversal. Not in love with that one, but it goes on watch. KDMN, nothing really interesting here. Closed at 484, except that in after hours, it went through 7 at one point and is trading right around $6 right now. So certainly one to watch for potential gap and go tomorrow. FNJN, big volume day for this stock and closed pretty strong. So we'll see if we can get a follow through day there tomorrow. Remember, I'm in cash every night. I only take trades with proper intraday setups, and I'm out before the closing bell without fail. CRNT, nice breakout today. We'll see if we can get a follow-through day there tomorrow. AQMS, really big volume and closed pretty strong. Maybe a follow-through day tomorrow. HTGM, a lot of these are very similar. HTGM had nice volume and broke above recent highs before coming back in a little bit before the close. Definitely want to watch that one. To do tomorrow, maybe a red to green, something like that. Same kind of thing with QURE. Very nice breakout today. We'll see if we get a follow-through day tomorrow. HTBX is a little obscure to me, but a possible double bottom. Decent volume compared to the last 3 or 4 days, and closed fairly strong. So maybe back through 3 on volume tomorrow. Certainly worth watching. Icon really tried to break out today. ICON. Didn't close as strong as I wanted. I told everybody if this closes strong, this is going to look really good on the daily chart, and it didn't close as strong as I wanted. But anyway, it goes on watch. Couple more. HUSA. Pretty big volume spike here. And closing, I don't know. I don't really like the sub-dollar stocks, but closing fairly strong, so I think it's worth watching. And then APRI, also another big volume day and closing fairly strong. So all of these, plus we're going to add some potential gappers in the morning, and that should give us plenty to watch. All right, have a great night. See everybody tomorrow. Real quick, forgot to say, I think I already said it, but check the description to this video on YouTube. There is a link to our free webinars. And one of them is our Inflection Points webinar. And that will kind of give you some insight as to why Wayne called this, by the way, through 13. All right. So check out our Inflection Points webinar. We've got actually 2 of them. It's all free. And while you're there, again, it's in the link in the description of this video. While you're there, check out all of our free webinars because we've gotten really good feedback on our free webinar. Speaking of which, we got a webinar coming up. I think it's going to be next week. And we're combining a webinar and a happy hour. So we're going to do it not at the closing bell, but probably 7:30 in the evening. Look for links to that coming up pretty soon, too. We're going to do an educational webinar, but we're also going to have a little fun, have a few drinks. So we're kind of doing a hybrid happy hour / webinar. Should be fun. All right. Look for further details coming up on that. Real quick, if you're not on our email list, whenever we put out a webinar, we come up with a date and you need to register for it. You can it'll be in all of our emails coming up. So if you want to get on our email list, this is our excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. Homepage, greatstockpicks.com, greatstockpicks with an X. And this is our homepage. Just scroll down and put your email address in here and submit. And then you'll get our nightly emails with the link to these videos, and you'll also get any specials we're running, and you'll get links to our free webinars, so you can register there. So that's one way to get on our list right there. All right, I'm done babbling. Have a great night. We'll see everybody tomorrow.